Hey, News Talk 640 WFNC. I got all four of us up on camera right now, Kenny.
Woo-hoo!
You know, and now Sharon's on number
Three.
Right? Say hi.
Yes. Hey.
All right, we got everybody in here. Matt, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Man,
Good
got a
morning.
great voice too. My job is in jeopardy. Kenny, no, your job is in jeopardy.
It's not because your show starts at 6 in the morning. So unless there's an afternoon shift, I'm okay.
Someone
Believe me.
drug you in here to be in here this morning. That's why
That would be
Sharon's
me.
here. Okay. Well, look, we appreciate all of you. Kenny, I'm going to take you out pictures so you'll be okay, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
You can eat your Raisin Bran.
It's the story of his life here.
And thank you for the mug, Sharon.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, she brought the mug?
I told you
Yeah.
she'd bring the
Doggone
mug.
it. You know, we had a bet going on $5 get you 10 that she wouldn't remind you. I
Yeah, me
lost
too.
my money.
Oh, wait.
He voted. He said that you were going to remember.
Who?
I
It's been
voted
living
against
at
you.
my house. Somebody should be paying the rent.
No
That's him?
speaking English. All right. Well, Matt, it's good to have you here. You're up
Can I
on
just
camera.
side note for a minute?
Oh yeah, hold on for a second. Go ahead.
Okay, that was left at my house because I'm the one that had the pajama brunch.
I know you
and
did.
he was busted on Paul about his old man robe. Really, the highlight of Paul's pajamas were the pajama pants. They have our dog Abby's face on them because Abby loves Paul.
Is that right?
That's right. I had custom PJ bottoms.
Well,
made
what
for
did
him.
Kenny have on?
Kenny had on matching top and bottom pajamas. They were red plaid. Yeah.
Should have seen underneath.
Yeah.
That's the behind-the-scenes insight you don't get.
Yeah.
Dun,
anymore.
dun, 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 dun. Hey,
We didn't
well, this
take
is-
a picture. We should have.
you should have. This
I'm
is
an
a family
idiot.
show.
Yeah.
Remember next year when you do it, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Well, Matt, let me take Sharon's name off of you and put your name underneath you there because you're not Sharon.
No.
Matt Hennie is the new editor of the CityView magazine here in Fayetteville. Welcome to the city and welcome to your new role.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here and get started.
Well, tell us about where you come from, and because I've read your background, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, that just means I'm old. So, it's. But I've been coming to the region for a number of years. I have family here. My mom lives here, and my sister and brother-in-law are here as well. But most of my career has been in the South. I'm happy to be back in the South and focus on local journalism again.
How'd you hear about CityView? Did they reach out to you? You reached out to them? How did that work?
I was looking for a new opportunity. And I just happened to see an ad for the editor they were looking for.
And your background fit this description, or what did you know about Fayetteville, if anything at all?
No, I knew some just from having traveled here over the years to see family. So I was a little bit familiar with it. I'll be a lot more familiar with it in the coming weeks as I learn more about it and get deeper into our coverage and some of the issues that the city and the region are facing.
Well, Sharon will tell you because she's been here forever, just like me. We've been here forever and dirt. I got all three up on screen right now. This is a very unique place because of Fort Bragg. It is a melting pot from people not only from across the country, but from around the world.
All over.
Our international festival is just fantastic. And it's just the pageantry and just the food and all the things that are associated with a worldly community. And besides that, as you learn more about Fort Bragg, we have more general officers here than any other military installation besides the Pentagon. And that's only going to grow because we just cased the 18th Airborne Corps colors, and we went from a 3-star command to a 4-star command.
Yep.
I'm speaking like an Army Ranger because I am one. In case you haven't noticed, I was stationed at Bragg in 78.
Yeah.
I'm from
I saw
Philadelphia.
a picture of you in training.
Did you?
See, he
Yeah,
did his
yeah,
research.
yeah.
Well-
He's such a good journalist. He did his research on you too.
Well, that's fine. That's how it should be. And the thing is, what you'll find is as you stay here and get involved with this community, that this is a very unique place, and people don't understand why we stay here. But you will soon learn that.
Yeah.
What has intrigued you the most so far?
It's been interesting. Sharon has taken me around and met a lot of people last week. So she's making introductions to help me meet folks and start learning more about issues. So I've really enjoyed that and started to get into some of the food.
Yeah, some of the food. I've taken him to some of the local, I say kind of like hole in the walls, like Zorba's. We've been to Zorba's and a couple other places. But I do want to say that he has already been connected to the garrison commander out there. So he'll be meeting with him in the next couple of weeks as well, too. So not only have I taken him around to meet people, I've got him to some of the people that can connect us to the other people. So, yeah.
The challenge for us right now at Fort Bragg is not Fort Bragg. You have a lot of PAOs who are on pins and needles about saying anything.
Yep.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Sharon?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to get them to commit to come into the show and be involved.
Yeah.
And it's just the atmosphere now that I have just never experienced in terms of transparency, I guess is the best way to put it.
And that's the thing, though, as you know, Gilbert, all your years here and my years here as well, is that local independent journalism is very important to this community. You know, we don't have a big TV presence, you know, like Raleigh or some of the other cities. So it really boils down to, you know, our local independent journalism that CityView, the news side and the magazine side can produce. And so, you know, that's pretty exciting. As we look towards 2026, we have some exciting plans. We're looking to add staff to our news reporting side, and we're looking for some underwriting opportunities for that. Arts, culture, and entertainment being one of them that we're looking at adding. So we're pretty excited about that. You know, we have a very vibrant arts, culture, and entertainment scene here. So that's one of the big plans for 2026. But of course, we need money to do that. That's my job, is to help raise the money. Faynews.org if anybody wants to donate.
Well, that was a shameless plug, but
I have no shame when it comes to this.
But
so.
no, and one reason that you're here is to make those type plugs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And let's not discount the impact that a local radio has in this
Absolutely.
community.
That's why we're here.
Well, you know, and things have changed an awful lot because the television stations don't recover Fayetteville as much as they used to.
Yep.
When Greg Barnes was here at Channel 11, I was at Channel 5. It was a battleground.
Yes, it was.
And people really, were after things to make sure that we had enough folks to do what we had to do. But in any event, it is what it is, and so we have the hand that we have to deal with.
That was back in the days when I was the director of the Dogwood Festival, and it was really hard to schedule all the media interviews. You know, now I feel, coming from the nonprofit world, it's hard, as you said with the PAOs on Fort Bragg, it's hard sometimes to get a media interview nowadays if you're not working in the media, obviously. But yeah, absolutely.
All right. I guess this is Lauren who's saying that I put out false information. It was ForceCom that was cased, not the 18th Airborne Corps.
Lauren said that?
Yeah, well, he listens. I'm glad that he's starting to listen again because he fell off the rocker after the first. He's normally here.
Hey, Lauren, we'll see you later. We're meeting with Lauren later.
Yeah, he says it was ForceCom. I thought it was the 18th Airborne Corps.
I don't know.
The Puke and Dragon. That's what at least I thought. So ForceCom was cased. And so now instead of a 3-star command, it's a 4-star command.
4-star, yes.
Okay.
I knew that part.
Right. Well, all right. So the 18th Airborne is still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. What does that mean to you, Matt?
I think the military Fort Bragg here is a big piece of life in Fayetteville, and we want to do a good job of weaving that into our coverage and the impacts Fort Bragg has, all the impacts Fort Bragg has on the community. We need to reflect that in our coverage.
Well, I can say this: if there is some miscommunication, part of it is the fact that they moved that change of command inside, and then some TV stations didn't go cover it because there was not enough room. Or did you go out there to see that?
No, I did not. No.
Yeah. Well, again, that goes back to me as far as I'm concerned about the transparency.
Yeah.
Let us come out there and cover, and then we won't have I put myself. Well, then we won't make these mistakes. Okay, and I've reached out to several of the PAOs to have them come out to try to get the garrison commander, and we can't get a commitment. And so that's just how it is. And you have to understand that Lauren is a former PAO for special operations or wherever he was over there. We used to bump heads there, and we bump heads here on the radio too when he comes in here. I don't give a rat's a. So that's my Ranger way talking. So
well, and you bring up a point though, and this is something that I've been sharing with Matt, is that this community, in your work roles, people can butt heads and disagree and all that because everybody understands each other's doing their job, right? So it may be that a reporter like you butts heads with a PAO, but then at the end of the day, if you see each other at a restaurant, you're going to be polite to each other and cordial. You're not going to be mean, because everybody's got a job to do, and that's
not necessarily, but yeah.
Yeah, well, in general.
No, but you're absolutely right. As a matter of fact, Greg Barnes and I used to butt heads all the time and try to be the story, and then we'd go have lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what. But then now it's different than it was up in Raleigh, because up in Raleigh they were just against each other, and there was no camaraderie. My thing as a journalist is the fact that I should ask the questions. I don't care if I'm interviewing a general or if I'm interviewing the mayor. And the PAO's position is to soften the blow. Yeah. And that's they're doing their job. Mm-hmm. But you can't stare where my questions are going to be. You can't call a press conference and now he's sitting in front of me and you say we're going to only talk about the Garrison Command. And then all of a sudden I'm saying, what about the housing at Fort Bragg that's an issue? Hey, we're not talking about that. Yes, we are. And that's the problem that I have when the PAOs, not only at Fort Bragg, but for the city or for the school system or wherever it might be, try to steer the conversation. That's not their role. I mean, that may be their role for them while they're putting out their press releases and things. But as far as I'm concerned, answer my questions because I'm not. And see, here's the thing: we don't. And Matt, you will attest to this. We are not. And I put all three of us on the screen. We are not asking these questions for us. Right. We are asking these questions as the public charge, and that's what we do as journalists. And then sometimes they take offense to the fact that we're asking these questions as tough as we do. And so I look. I don't care. I don't care. Do you care, Matt? Do you care?
No, I think that's our job is to ask tough questions and hold elected officials and different institutions in the county accountable and let our readers and the public know what's happening. That's a fundamental job of journalists.
Well, yeah, and it's a tough job sometimes. You got to knock on doors, and it's uncomfortable. I mean, I got to the point where every time somebody saw me coming to the doors, what do we do? Gilbert Bay, what happened now? Gilbert Bay's outside. All right. Well, look, we're going to take a little break. I'm glad you guys got in here a little bit early. You are the only guest that I have this hour, so you're going to hang out. I thought we had enough to talk about not only about what the newspaper have done in 2025, because Sharon and I we mentioned that we may do a little bit of that, but also what's your plan? What's your focus for the future? Going to take a little break right now. We've got some weather right now with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunson.
After a very chilly start to our Monday morning, Monday afternoon will still be noticeably cooler with mainly sunny skies and a high of 51. Overnight will be mostly clear with a low of 29, and Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 58. It is a cold start to the week, but temperatures will climb into the upper 50s the next few days, but another cold front arrives by the middle of the week to drop temperatures back to chilly levels. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Well, thank you, Rachel. Right now, it's 30 degrees in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also Spring Lake. You're listening to News Talk 640. We're WFNC.
Bringing you all the news and information that matters for 4 decades. News Talk 640 WFNC in high def at 103.5 HD2.
You providing snacks? Snacks? Or should we expect a juggling performance from Derek the Magnificent?
What you almost got?
The apples and the oranges sitting on the conference room table.
Props, my dear brother, props. To help me make a point.
Which is
the difference between an ordinary heating and cooling installation
that you get from some other company
and a Simmons 1-hour install that's been comfort-sized for your home.
They don't even compare. I mean, we perform proper load calculations, fix any hot and cold spots,
and calibrate your comfort system for peak efficiency.
We refuse to cut corners
because the most important day in the life of your home comfort system
is the day you have a Simmons 1-hour technician comfort sizer.
Comfort sizing gives your new system the longest life,
complete peace of mind,
and maximum energy savings.
Best of all,
comfort sizing gives you a 10-year parts and labor warranty on your new heater or AC.
Best warranty in the biz.
Only at SimmonsOneHour.com.
Trying to make sense of the markets? Looking to diversify out of all the craziness? Thinking about tangible assets like precious metals? Listen to The Gold Show with Kenny Michaels right here on WFNC, Sunday mornings at 10. Stay up to date on retirement trends, how the IRA rollover process works, and why investors are turning to physical gold. Kenny is a national talk show host with decades of experience in the markets. Tune in for Kenny's insights and The Gold Show this Sunday morning at 10 on WFNC.
The new year means new resolutions, not just for your body, but for your finances as well. Did you know that financial health is directly related to your identity protection? This is why you need LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back. Resolve to make your identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. And let me tell you, I love numbers. 1040s, 1099s, W-2s, all of them. With TaxSlayer, anyone can file a federal return for just $22.99. You'll get 100% accuracy and your biggest possible refund guaranteed. Now those are great numbers. Need help along the way? We've got US-based real human support. File by February 8th for just $22.99 and get the refund you deserve. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
At Average Amy's Coffee Corner, our coffee has caffeine, our muffins are cooked, and our services, well, we're here. Come on by for an average cup of joe.
Average doesn't build great businesses. Cumulus Digital does, outperforming industry benchmarks by more than 25%. We deliver smarter digital marketing to over 4,000 local businesses every month and drive real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC News Talk 640 AM and now on 103.5 HD2.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
All four on the screen now. You can dance if you want to. All right, quiz of the day. Sharon, who is that? Matt, who is that? Kenny, who is that?
If you hadn't asked me, I would have been able to tell
I
you.
know. It's one of those things.
They were popular during Halloween. Not a witch. Not a Frankenstein. A zombie. We had the zombie walk.
The zombie walk.
Zombies.
The zombies.
Yeah. Man, that was but it's one of those songs that you hear. You may not know who it is, but you know the song.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't know that y'all's jobs are in jeopardy, but I do think that your DJ job may be in jeopardy from Kenny.
Nah, there's no question about that. He's the master of the super mix. At least that's what they used to call me.
So.
Okay, Kenny.
He's got some good songs.
We're taking Kenny off the screen because of that. He's
fine.
He's off the screen. He's trying to take
No
my
more
DJ
good music
back.
for you.
That's right. That's okay. No, Kenny does break good music. You know, we were at the point. I'll bring you back one more second here, quick, Kenny. Because do you remember Christmas? We were having crazy Christmas music.
They were bad until Kenny started picking them. No offense to whoever picked them, but they were not
Greek
good.
picked them. What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kelvin.
I'm going to put them out there.
I'm sorry, Kelvin. But then Kenny started picking them. I'm like, oh, these are much better.
Yeah. Well, it just took a little time for us to get to the point where we knew what the song was.
Yeah, when we realized.
Mannheimer Steamroller or something. And by the time,
Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah.
Yes, I did recognize those.
Did you really?
I did, yes.
What does that say about you?
I don't know, that I'm a theater geek and that I was in the best Christmas pageant ever for 11 years because that's where they used to do a lot of Mannheim Steamroller. Yeah.
Right.
I'm learning a lot this morning.
Yes.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to bring Matt Hennie up. You're on screen by yourself right now, and I'm going to put your name underneath you so everybody knows that you are the CityView managing editor. What is it?
I'm the editor-in-chief. So I run our news team there.
Okay, well, I have you, but your font says CityView magazine editor. It should be in chief.
Not magazine. We have a different magazine editor. Her name is Valeria, but Matt's the big honcho for CityView here.
Just
change his title to Big Honcho.
I will fix that while he talks about life.
And he's 6'8", so like he's really.
Yeah, I'm having a tough
presence.
time getting him on camera here. I mean, we have some of your forehead.
I'm 5'3", he's 6'8".
So you have big shoes to fill. Whose shoes did he fill?
Maida's.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Now, where'd she go?
Oh, my goodness. Well, while we were really sad to lose her, she got a job with the New York Times.
Wow.
An editorial fellowship. They choose 5 a year, and she was one of the 5, and they had almost 1,000 applications. So, you know, at CityView, we're real proud of her for that. We're proud that we were part of her journey to that. So we are very excited, and we wish her nothing but the best.
Matt, how about for you in terms of your vision? Well, listen, you said you were going to talk about the top stories in 2025.
So 2025 was a really good year for CityView on the news side and the magazine side as well. You know, our election coverage just went gangbusters. In fact, on election night, we had over 13,000 individuals coming to check results. And they spent over 700 hours on our website checking those results and reading about the information, the whole electoral package. But actually, our top 2 stories, now y'all know me, I'm a marketing chick. I'm not a journalist, but I do write for the magazine, and I'll be doing a little bit more writing in this coming year. But the top 2, and we've got our wonderful veteran journalist, also my partner, Paul Wolverton, who covers he has amazing coverage of the things that he covers. He's a great writer. But our top 2 stories for the year were written not by Paul Wolverton, veteran journalist, but Sharon Moyer, the marketing chick.
No, is that right? That's true. What story was that?
The number 1 story was about our wonderful friends, the surgeons, out at Sweet Valley Ranch.
Yes.
We love them. They're great. And then the second story was actually about Bradford pear trees and how invasive they are, and the program that the state has that was held here in Cumberland County this year in October of the exchange program for Bradford pears. So if you were cutting down Bradford pears and you could prove that, you could get up to 5 more native species to plant in your yard.
It's funny. Brian Mims at WREL hated Bradford pear trees.
Everybody should hate them
because
They're
of
horrible.
the smell. I mean, part of it is the smell. But if you're just riding through, to me, they look beautiful when they flower.
They are beautiful.
The first thing to flower, and then they're gone, and then they're just a green tree.
Yeah, and people mistake them for dogwoods.
That's right.
They're not dogwoods.
They're not.
Yeah, they mistake them a lot for dogwoods. So that Bradford pear one, it's still getting views because it made Google Discovery, not just regular Google, but Google Discovery, which I don't know if you ever notice when you're Googling stuff, sometimes it has suggested things for you to read. That it made that Google Discovery.
Who wrote that one?
Me.
I know.
You need to rub that into Paul Wolverton next time he's here.
He'll be here.
Yeah.
Paul, you've written any good stories lately?
As good as Sharon's?
Yes.
I started my job last Monday, and I think the first thing I heard was, "Hi, I'm Sharon," and I wrote the most popular story on the website last year.
Not quite true. It might have been the third thing I said.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, but hey, you get credit where your credit is due.
Yeah.
And when you were writing that story, did you know how good it was going to be, or you just?
I did not.
Now, what's the thing that made it click with people, you think?
Well, the surgeons, the one about Sweet Valley Ranch was about their their cabins there that you can go and do a staycation or Airbnb them or whatever. But I think the thing about the surgeons is they just have such a wonderful love story, not just their love for each other, but their love for the land and their love for the animal and the homage they pay to their grandparents who were sharecroppers. And, on their property, when you drive in, and Paul and I went and saw the holiday lights there, which was a lot of fun too. But when you drive in, there's an old tractor right there. That was his grandfather's tractor. And his grandfather, he would let other people use it to, to harvest their crops and plant their crops and stuff. So I think it was just all about the love that they have, the love for the animals, their love for the land, their love for each other, and their love for their heritage. So Bradford pears, I think people are just curious about how to replace those nasty smelling things.
Right, and you don't realize the smell, I guess, unless you have one right up on you.
They smell like dead fish.
And talking about the surgeons, they have a new event center that they built out there as well. That's going to be just fantastic.
Yeah.
And Matt, if you haven't had a chance yet,
he's only been here a week. So
okay, you've been there a week, but they have these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That are life-size dinosaurs in natural habitat. It's not like going to a museum. And seeing one. These things. We're going to dive. I mean, they make the sounds.
Yeah.
And so it is really a fascinating thing
cool.
to come and see. And I think Fred will tell you, the WRL went out to do a story on it. And the Mike Joyner and I got in a golf cart, and we went and did a live shot of the dinosaurs. And they were having a meeting in their pavilion. And so they said, well, let's turn the Gilbert
on. The dinosaurs were?
No, that's a dangling metaphor. See? Yeah, good. You see? Get off the editing. That's right. It's dangling. So,
well,
but,
you were all the time saying, don't say white in color because it's just white. So
That's right. That's me. That's a police term.
I had to get you back.
Well, that's an English major in me. But okay, so the staff was having the meeting in the pavilion.
Yes.
Michael and I were in the thing inside the golf, and we're doing a live shot. And I just happened to wear one of my little photographer's outfits, so I look like, Crocodile Dundee.
On safari.
Yeah, so I'm going through the thing, and it's an active live shot. The dinosaurs, they're going, they're just having a ball. And so we're doing this live shot, and all of a sudden, Fred says, inside the pavilion where they were, the cell phone started going off for his salespeople. He said, oh my gosh. And then he said, I knew this was big when my cell phone went off because my cell phone doesn't go off unless all the salespeople's cell phones
Are
have
busy.
gone off.
Yeah.
And he said he's credited me with putting them on the map that year because that was the first year that they did it.
Yeah.
And since then, they are now moving on to having even more dinosaurs.
I mean, it's great what they do there. And their event space, Fayetteville has a lot of good event
Let me
space.
stop for a second because
Sure.
I've got Kenny on screen by himself. He didn't realize that he's waving, telling me to pick it up and move on.
Well, that's a slow one. We've got this one right here that goes around fast, and
right.
then we've got this one.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody's on screen right now. Sharon, hold that thought.
I
We'll
will.
come back to you. Right now, we have to take a break for local news from CBS 17.
Good morning from the CBS 17 newsroom. I'm Bill Young. Happening today, we are expecting to learn more about the sentence given to a man who shot 2 Robeson County Sheriff deputies 2 years ago. Sean Locklear Jr. shot deputies Jonathan Walters and Kieran Locklear as they tried to serve a warrant. Both deputies survived, but were seriously hurt. A news conference takes place at 10 this morning in Raleigh. A Fayetteville store clerk is in jail, charged in connection with a deadly stabbing. Officers say Chris Sewell died after being stabbed outside of a Circle K on Cliffdale Road. It happened around 4 yesterday morning. Police say he was standing outside the business when the clerk confronted him, sparking an altercation. Police charge Chenny Starks with first-degree murder. He's held without bond. Starting today, women have another option when it comes to health care in Fayetteville. Cape Fear Valley Health is now accepting new patients at the brand-new OBGYN and midwifery clinic. It's designed to improve access to comprehensive care, including gynecologic and preventative care. Cumberland County leaders say some women have gone without these services because of a shortage of providers. More than 190 tickets issued to drivers during a 2-day speeding crackdown in school zones across Cumberland County. Multiple agencies worked together last week, including Highway Patrol. The majority of the tickets were for speeding, with one driver being clocked at 89 miles an hour. Others were given for passing stop school buses, as well as other traffic violations, which place students at risk. From the CBS 17 newsroom, I'm Bill Young.
After a very chilly start to our Monday morning, Monday afternoon will still be noticeably cooler with mainly sunny skies and a high of 51. Overnight will be mostly clear with a low of 29, and Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 58. It is a cold start to the week, but temperatures will climb into the upper 50s the next few days. But another cold front arrives by the middle of the week to drop temperatures back to chilly levels. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunzing.
Rachel, thank you so much. Right now, 34 degrees in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also in Wagram. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Cumberland County's hometown news and information source. News Talk 640 WFNC in high def at 103.5 HD2.
My name is Ron Ross. I need your vote for County Commissioner. With over 50 years of service with the Boys and Girls Club, I will champion programs that support youth, strengthen families, and safe neighborhoods for all. I will support policies that encourage economic development and create good jobs. Always putting people first. Vote Ron Ross for County Commissioner. Go to my website, ronrosscc.com. This ad was paid for by the committee who elect Ron Ross.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. right here on WFNC 640 a.m. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, heard here on WFNC 640 a.m. every Sunday at 7:30.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code COIN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code COIN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Attention Lumberton, this is a used car liquidation event notice. 1 week only. One exclusive lot host location, Lumberton Honda. Prices are cut, inventory is overloaded, and vehicles are being liquidated on site. For 1 week only, hundreds of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs are marked to move. Imports, domestics, late model Hondas, certified rides, gas savers, family haulers. If it has 4 wheels and it's on the lot, it is priced to go. That credit, no credit? Our lenders are locked in and ready today. Bring that trade in, push it, pull it, tow it. We want it, and we'll give you top dollar for it. Hundreds of cars liquidated on site. Insane savings. 1 week, one shot. The New Year used car liquidation coming to only one location, Lumberton Honda, exit 22 off I-95. Doors open early. Deals end Sunday. Offer with approved credit. Trade value must be determined with visual inspection. See dealer for complete details. Expires 1/31/26.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC News Talk 640 AM and now on 103.5 HD2 WFNC.
Midnight at the Oasis. Send your camel to bed.
Oh, Kenny's just showing off because you said what you said about him taking my DJ's position.
Maybe.
Traces of romance in our head.
He does pick some good music.
He does.
But you couldn't play that at the club. I played that last night. Yeah, all right. Hey, well, this is not about us. It is about you. Matt, and I'm going to tell you what. Since you said that, I have now underneath you, it says, what does it say here? It says, Matt Hennie, CityView editor-in-chief.
That
Is
works.
that correct?
That works.
All right, so now you are correctly fonted on the screen. And yours just says Sharon Moyer, CityView.
That's fine.
It should say Bradford Pear Tree Expert.
Yeah.
Is what it should say.
The most creative story.
Author at CityView.
The most creative story writer in the world
Yeah.
at CityView. Sharon,
Yeah.
Paul, heat your heart out.
Yeah. So I will be doing some more writing in 2026.
Oh, will you?
Uh-huh. I'm going to be starting to write some profiles about individuals in this community. So we're still working out the details there, but I'm sure they'll beat Paul too.
Wow. Okay. Well, Sharon, tell us how you really feel about it.
What I was going to say, though, about Sweet Valley Ranch, that event center that they built, they had told me that their first event that's going to be held in there is their vow renewal.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well, and, it is a fantastic
Yeah.
facility. I've walked through it and I've taken a great look at it, and it's going to be something very unique
Yeah.
in the area here.
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, what are your plans for next year, since we know that how much writing will you allow Sharon to do?
She keeps coming up with these hits. She can do as much writing as she wants.
Yeah.
That's great.
What's your vision? What do you bring to the table here?
Sure. No, I bring a lot of local news experience, and I hope that I'm here to build on what the CityView team has been doing before I got here. We've got some interesting elections, primaries coming up in March. You talked to one of your earlier guests, highlighted that the primaries are coming up. We've got that. Got some interesting developments with the school system and their consolidation plan. So I think there's a lot of issues for us to dig deeper in. But I hope that our coverage has some accountability coverage, holding elected folks and institutions accountable, but also balances that with celebrating some of the successes and the good things that are happening in Fayetteville. Because, go ahead.
Well, the election thing is really something neat, and CityView and Fayetteville Observer as well. But the print media does a great job of getting the information about folks there in front of you where you can see it. You can go back and forth. With the electronic media, either rather than television, you see this is what this person says. But with the print, you have it, and you can make a comparison back and forth, and you have a chance to ask more than a 30-second question that you get a 12-second soundbite on. And so that we look forward to the coverage that you're going to provide for the folks who are coming up here.
Absolutely. I think you touched on this, I think there's some important reporting around elections that is not just the horse race coverage and how each candidate is doing, but what they're saying about the issues that matter to people in Fayetteville.
When you came on board, we had the general election with 10 candidates running for mayor.
Right.
What was that like, Sharon, when you were dealing with that?
Oh, I wasn't dealing with that. That was Paul.
That was Paul. That was Paul. That's right.
Yeah, but still, his articles didn't beat mine.
Okay.
I wonder if he's listening. He's not texted me, so.
He's not. Okay. Well, don't worry. He's going to see the podcast of this, and then
he'll love it.
You're going to hear about this. So, Matt, you got the election coming up. We've got water issue.
Absolutely.
What have you heard about that?
Just learning about that. I know there's been a dispute lately of question of pulling some water out of the river, Cape Fear, that will impact Fayetteville, and that the different governments in the county came together to oppose that. So water is definitely an issue. It's been an issue anywhere I've lived and any media outlet that I've worked at. And so we'll definitely be looking into that some more.
The other part is the forever chemicals and the water downstream as well, and providing some relief for our communities that are impacted by the Chemours plant that caused the contamination, and it's starting to spread. I mean, that's my sense of it. It's underwater, groundwater, and it's in there forever. And so, how do you keep your community safe in terms of what you eat and what you're drinking? So it's a challenge for us. What about staffing for you?
Yeah, so we have
some good reporters.
We have three full-time reporters, Paul, that we talked about, that covers county government and a lot of other things. We have an education reporter, Deja, who's covering the school system, and we have Rachel, who covers local government, and then we also have a magazine editor who does journalism through our monthly magazine. So.
Yeah, well, and break down the difference between the publications, because everyone just thinks it's a CityView magazine or whatever it might be, and that's not the case. Who wants to? You want to get?
I'd be happy to, unless.
Sure.
Okay, sure, absolutely. So, as many people, if you've been here for a while, you know that CityView started as a lifestyle magazine, and we continue that. The lifestyle magazine, it comes out monthly. You can actually subscribe and have it mailed to your home for $12 a year, so it's $1 an issue. If anybody wants to do that, they can go to our website, which is cityviewnc.com, and just click the subscribe button and pay your $12. Then Tony Schiavone, when he purchased CityView, he really felt that we were not having enough local independent news coverage in our community, holding power accountable. So Tony branched off into what was called CityView Today. That today has been dropped in many ways for the news side. So now we're just CityView. We have a lifestyle magazine, and we cover hard news as well. So for those of us that, used to get the hard paper, the hard copy paper every day, the magazine is like the lifestyle section. So the feature section, where the other content is the hard news. So, but it's all under the same moniker, CityView. So cityviewnc.com is where you can get your lifestyle information. You can get your hard news. And then, we also have opinions. We have, Tim White writes. Yeah, that's hard to say. Tim White writes for us still occasionally. Of course, Bill Kirby, he legendary journalist in our community. Still
Just
writes
about
for
all
us.
of the Fayetteville Observer folks came over to CityView, just about, including Paul.
A lot, yeah. And me, I worked at the Observer. I did not write anything there, but
No, you didn't. You would have been the best.
you know what? Boy, did they ever miss their opportunity.
Well, look, let me say this, because you mentioned Tony Schiavone's name. Tony was a former mayor here in Fayetteville.
Right.
And also, was he a publisher?
He was the general manager
at the Fayetteville Observer?
for a long time.
Yeah.
And he left to go into politics, and he was our mayor for a while. He purchased CityView from Marshall Warren. And then a few years ago, he was talking to the Assembly. So the Assembly is 5 years old, and that is now our parent company. So he sold CityView to the Assembly, which is a statewide media organization holding people in power and place accountable. But they also have several regional outlets like us, CityView. They also have one in Greensboro called The Thread. They also have a higher ed one called The Quad. They have a political called The Caucus. So we are part of the cadre that make up the statewide coverage for the Assembly. Tony is still involved. He is involved in the News Foundation of Greater Fayetteville. He's on the board of directors. He is the immediate past chair. Elisa Debnam has taken the chairmanship this month. But that is the arm that helps us raise money for journalism, local independent journalism through CityView.
Well, and the most important journalism is the local journalism.
Absolutely.
You very seldomly will hear me talk about the president and all that stuff here on the station, because the national station, they're going to take care of all that.
Right.
But it's the local elections, the local politics that are very important, that direct us pretty quickly and immediately based on the elections and the outcome. And there's nothing any more true to that statement than that event center that was downtown that was supposed to be put there, and then a new set of county commissioners came in, took a look at it, and it changed.
Or even this. So Deja, when she first came on board, she's our K-12 reporter. She covered the change in the cell phone policy at the school system. That was a very highly read story because parents needed to know that. So it's not always about, where are your tax dollars going or what are your power rates going to be. Those things are very important, but it's also those things that affect our daily life. Oh gosh, the cell phone policy is changing at my kid's school. What is it? What do I need to know? So it's really that local journalism that people need to know that affect their everyday lives.
The other part of this is the fact that people forget that what we do is not only journalism, but this is a business as well.
Yes.
And that's the part that is lost in the sauce.
Yes.
And unfortunately, things have changed in terms of the business model.
Yes.
And where do people get their news? How do they get their news? And everybody wants what we get. They want it free.
Yes.
Right. And so Matt, talk about that in terms, is that you, Sharon, in terms of looking at the business aspect of making sure that you're viable with your business model?
I mean, I think that's all of us. That's the journalists, and over my career in journalism, that has been probably one of the biggest changes, is that journalists are more tuned into the fact that it is a business, and we have to have that side in revenue so that we can go out and cover all the things that we cover. Local journalism, as you know, is tough to do. It's not free to produce, but all of our content is free to read. And so we have a variety of ways that we try to have revenue streams in a sustainable business. And one of those is through donations. Our parent company, the Assembly, has a monthly subscription as well for their content. But one of the neat things about CityView is none of our content is behind a paywall.
Yeah.
So people can access it. And one thing I wanted to add that Sharon mentioned, we have our monthly magazine, we have the website, we also have the 6-day-a-week newsletter, and we have social media. And I hope to build up our social media as well so that we can reach people wherever they are.
Well, social media is just a paramount part of anything that anyone's doing, because that's where a lot of the viewers are. The one thing I hate about journalism right now is the fact that...
Just one thing.
Yeah, this is the main thing that I don't like is the fact that you don't have reporters just reporting. There is too much opinion, too many people taking sides on an issue. And that's not how it used to be. That's not how it should be. And I'm not calling anybody's name out in terms of what station. I'm getting the finger here that it's time for us to move on.
Kenny's giving you the
He's
finger?
giving me the finger, and when he gives me the finger, I got to move. But look, Matt, we appreciate you coming in. Welcome to Fayetteville.
Thank you.
Enjoy your stay here. This won't be the last time because you guys come every other week, and there'll be occasion that Paul comes in, and he'll be telling what wonderful stories he's done.
That's the top.
Paul's
right?
not going to be talking about pear trees. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, thank you both for coming out. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with Rachel Dunsing.
After a very chilly start to our Monday morning, Monday afternoon will still be noticeably cooler with mainly sunny skies and a high of 51. Overnight will be mostly clear with a low of 29, and Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 58. It is a cold start to the week, but temperatures will climb into the upper 50s the next few days, but another cold front arrives by the middle of the week to drop temperatures back to chilly levels. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Hey, Rachel, thank you so much. Right now, we've got 34 degrees in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, and also in Bun Level. You're listening to News Talk 640.